Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ahmad Haziq bin Muhammad Razi. My matrix number is AA 210559. So for today, I'm going to present about types, and I'm from group 8. So this is a content that include in this presentation, which is intro, structure, location, and conclusions. So for introduction, is type energy. Type energy is a type of hydropower that use tide energy to create usable power such electricity. The gravitational pull of the moon and sun on the planet cause cycle movement of the oceans, which is what cause tides. Tidal energy is renewable energy source. It generates power by harnessing the natural motion of the tides, which are driven by the gravitational attraction of the moon and sun. So for the next slide is its structure. As you can see on the picture below, there are four structures that been used to create the electrical power from tides. The first one is sea snakes. Sea snakes is segment of wave energy converter, the size of railroad cars, and the link on the surface to move in the internal hydraulic rams. Second is fan. It's actually a device similar to one turbine pivot with changes in tides. Number three is kite, arrays of small turbines moored by lines to seafloor or riverbed, can generate power from relatively low flows. And lastly is pedal. So pedal is hinged like an oyster shell, buoyant flap push water through a high pressure pipeline to drive an onshore turbine. So that's all for me for the presentation. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and greeting of my fellow friends. My name is Nur Shazwani binti Ramli. My number matric is AA211390. For this, I want to present about location of the generation plant for tidal. First of uh, the location is Florence Tidal Power Plant at France. Located at the on the estuary of the Rhine River in Britain. This power plant, the oldest and largest tidal power plant in the world. This generation plant operates as a battery type plant, utilizing a dam-like structure across the estuary. This generation plant is operational since 1966 and has a capacity of 240 megawatt. And the second location for this generation plant is Siwale Tidal Power Station, South Korea. Situated on the west coast of South Korea near the city of Sinhae, the largest tidal power plant in the world, utilizing a seawall across the mouth of the lake. Sorry. The third is the generation plant is start operational in 2011 and has a capacity of 254 megawatt. And the third of the location of the generation plant is Megan Tidal Array, Scotland at UK. United Kingdom. Okay, for this international plant is located in the Queensland, Perth, Scotland, and this power plant is the largest tidal energy projects at global. And this generation plant is capacity of 6 megawatt, began operation in 2016. That's all from me for the part of the location of the generation plant of the tides. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Muhammad Afdal and I will explain to you about advantage of the tidal energy. First of all, it is predictable power source because of the ocean. The high tide will change automatically in the morning and the evening. Also, the tidal power plant it used in the long lifespan because it use the ocean ocean, and also the advantage of the power tidal power energy is it is green energy. It doesn't generate any carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide to produce any power. And the tidal power source is renewable energy because it's impossible to ocean to run out of water sea. And the tidal power plant also efficient at low speed because of the density of water is more dense from the air density. Next is disadvantage of the tidal power source. It is intermittent energy source because of the tidal energy. It also has environmental effect because of the turbine that plant in the ocean, and it is not effective because of the uh, when to build the tidal power plant, it use lot of cost and require long gestation time because of the turbine that need to plant in the ocean. It need more time to build. That's all for advantage and disadvantage. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. For my part, I'm gonna explain about the impact on environment. For impact on environment, there's two part, which is it is positive. That's positive environmental impact, and the second one is negative environmental impact. For the first positive environmental impact is there's carbon emission reduction. What is carbon emission reduction? Carbon emission reduction is the tidal wave energy is a clean energy that produce electricity without directly emitting greenhouse gases. So it can help reduce reliance of fossil fuel-based power generation and contribute to global efforts to mitigate climate change. And for the next one is minimal land use. So since tidal wave energy projects are primarily deployed in coastal areas or offshore, it requires minimal land use compared to other renewable energy source such as wind turbine or solar panel. And for the next one is sustainable. So tidal wave energy is a renewable source that relies on the predictable and cyclic nature of tides. And unlike fossil fuels, tidal energy is not finite and can be harnessed indefinitely, providing a long-term and sustainable energy solution. So for the next one is negative environmental impact. So for the negative environmental impact, the marine ecosystem disruption. uh, from the from for marine ecosystem disruption, tidal wave energy device installation and operation can have both direct and indirect effects on marine ecosystem. So for construction operations such as seabed excavation and piling have the potential to disturb ecosystem and affect species distribution. Tidal turbines may endanger marine species and particularly fish and marine mammals, disrupting their migratory patterns and perhaps causing harm or death. For the next one is electromagnetic fields. It is one of the main reason why it is a negative environmental impact. Since during operation, tidal wave energy system create electromagnetic fields, and certain marine creatures, especially those that rely on the Earth magnetic field for navigation and orientation, can be affected by these fields. And lastly, there's underwater noise. So for underwater noise during its operation, tidal turbine release underwater noise, which may disrupt marine creatures that rely on sound for communication, navigation, and hunting. So exposure to loud noise can interfere with critical biological activities, including mating, eating, and migration. Thank you. I'm going to pass to my friends. Next.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Umar Haziq bin Muhammad Fadli. My metric number is AA21256. And today I would like to talk about sustainability advantages. So tidal turbines as a specific type of tidal energy converter have several sustainability advantages. So first is scalability and flexibility. Tidal turbines can be deployed as single unit or in arrays, offering scalability and flexibility in design and implementation. Second is limited environmental impact. Proper site selection and environmental impact assessments are crucial for minimizing potential negative effects on marine ecosystem. Third is long life cycle and durability. Tidal turbines are designed for long operational lifespan, typically ranging from 20 to 30 years or more. Fourth is predictable and reliable. Tidal currents are highly predictable and follow regular patterns based on lunar cycle. This predictability allows for efficient planning and integration into the electrical grid. The last one is renewable and clean energy. Tidal turbines harness the energy from tidal currents, which are driven by the gravitational forces of the moon and sun. Since these forces are naturally occurring and perpetual, tidal energy is considered a renewable energy source. So the conclusion is it's important to note that sustainability is an ongoing focus in the development of tidal energy technologies. Continued research and innovation, coupled with careful planning and stakeholder engagement, contribute contribute to improving the sustainability aspects of tidal turbines and ensuring their long-term viability as a clean energy solution. That's all from me. Thank you.